Bloomberg News reporter Madeline McMahon identified one area in particular where women are sorely underrepresented. We talked about this earlier in the program, private equity. Specifically, women comprise just less than 11% of senior managers in private equity. Blackstone has the greatest percentage of high-ranking women managers at nearly 16%. Madeline joins us now with more on her story. And speaking about Blackstone, you know, Steve Schwartzman, as I'd mentioned, just put in place this new maternity leave policy, extending it, I believe, from 12 weeks now to 16 weeks for his female employees. So that's, you know, one step in the right direction. But private equity is terribly behind, right, other sectors in terms of employing high-level women.
Yeah, so what we found is that while banking has about 16% women in senior management, private equity only has about 10% on average. So that's substantially below. And there are a few reasons for that. I mean, private equity firms primarily recruit from banks. So because that percentage is dropping, there's something happening at the recruitment level where not enough women are actually even applying for these jobs.
So there's a dearth of talent then that they find.
Not necessarily a dearth of talent. I mean, the problem is that what these firms are trying to do on the recruitment level is try and find more women to apply to their jobs. So like you were mentioning with Steve Schwartzman and Blackstone, there's two different facets of how firms are identifying bringing more women into their workforce. So one is at the entry level, and there's a few different initiatives for that. Some firms are trying to find women who will intern with them during the undergraduate level.
So bringing them on hourly.
Right,
okay.
Exactly.
And what's the second thing?
The second component is retention. Okay. And that's something that is not so specific to private equity because really a lot of businesses have this issue as well. But maternity leave is a great start. And that policy has been, I think, really well received, and people are looking towards that to expand it even more.
And thus you see that from Steve Schwartzman and Blackstone,
exactly.
Which seems to be the more progressive of some of the firms. Now, you profiled several women, though, who basically said, you know, I'm never going to reach the top. I'm going to strike it on my own, right? And how have they done?
They've done really well. I mean, we're seeing that trend kind of increasing. There are some firms where women are the fund managers, and those are rare. But something that's great about those is there are these female role models who are founders of the firm or who are the bigger deal makers. And they're able to bring in more women at the lower level saying, look, I did this, you can too.
All right. Madeline, thank you so much for bringing that story for us. Really eye-opening here.
Thank
Madeline McMahon of Bloomberg News.